many different people that want to know how do you figure out what school to go to, who do you talk to, how do you apply, what are the requirements. So back in maybe 2012 or so, I was searching for a hair school. I even went to DC to go to Paul Mitchell in person, because I'm like, I'm leaving, I'm moving out, I'm gonna go to DC, start a new life. I wasn't running from anything, but I just felt like it was far but not too far, and I can see how things will go over there. I had a lot of people that went to school in that DC area, DMV area, where it's Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia area. And they were prospering for what I thought, like, in our age group, is a lot of young black professionals. There's a lot of college campuses around there. You know, I felt that it would be easy for me to pursue what I wanted to pursue and leave New York. Even though New York is famous for so many things, for some reason at that time I just felt like, you know, I'm going to take my talents elsewhere. It ended up not working out. I found out that I was pregnant with Seth at the end of 2012, and it kind of changed my plans. I stayed home, I continued to work, continued to finish college, and from that moment, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to hair school, but I'm going to go after I graduate college, make sure I'm complete with that, and I will go when he's young, where he won't remember that I was out of the house often. So when you're having a baby, you know, every parent is different. There's some parents that go through postpartum. There's some parents that, you know, they really can't get attached to their child. Sometimes their child is always crying. They, you know, they're not getting the bond that they dream of. You're online, you're looking at all these moms. They love their children so much. They're able to breastfeed. They're able to do all these different things. And you kind of like feel bad that that's not happening for you. So during the time where I had to go back to work and go back to school, you know, I used to really be hard on myself, like, he's not going to know me. You know, I'm working and I'm going to school and I'm doing this and I'm doing that and I'm trying to make ends meet. And I would work from 7 to 3 at my alarm company job. I'll come home from 3, I'll put him in the stroller, drive him around the block as many times as I could, and then leave by like 4:30 to get to school by 5. So let's backtrack. I found my school. I always knew that I wanted to pick a school that had a brand name. To me, focusing on a certain brand name or a household name is helpful to sell you. So if somebody's just reading your resume or just looking at the photos of your work and they hear that, oh, you went to Paul Mitchell, the brand that they built for themselves speaks for itself. So if you're a part of that community, a part of that brand, you're a shoo-in almost, you know, with the additional talents of you doing great work, you having great styling, you knowing how to use these tools and achieve the looks that they're asking of you on set. You know, it's very helpful to have that household name as a push behind you. Oh, you went to Paul Mitchell, so now you're connected to all these different people within that community. I always knew that I wanted that, you know, and I was in love with their color system. The color system that they have was for all hair types, which is something that's important. I'm African American, literally Liberian American, and I have a hair type whereas bleach is too strong. But if I wanted to use a cream developer with a strong color system, you know, I would use box dye, which wasn't the best. I would use, you know, different semi-permanents, which wouldn't last. And when I started using Paul Mitchell's branding, it just worked perfectly. My color would last for so long. My hair wouldn't be damaged. I could bleach it. I could color it. So many different things. And it was great, you know. So picking that school, I knew that their name was going to be my drive. No matter how great my talents are, I'm going to keep pushing to be better and be better. But having this name behind me would get me into different rooms that I needed to be in, so that people know, like, okay, that's a Paul Mitchell graduate. That's a future professional. You know, she's going to do well. You know, so what I would say for anybody that is trying to get into hair school, do your research. That's number one. Do your research. Make sure that you know why you're going to the school. What can that school do for you? What type of programs do they have? What type of teachers do they have that can help you push towards your goal, So I knew that their color system was something that I really wanted to learn. Their cutting systems, everything with them is systems, which in business you'll learn there's so many systems, and you need to figure out what systems work best for you to make you successful. Because really, in the end goal, you can do things for passion, but once you realize that you're working through your passion and it now becomes a business, you see that the passion is still there, but it's a different type of passion. The passion is to become successful now. So you want to know, or you want the world to know, that you've worked very hard by learning all these techniques, hairstyles, color systems, all these different things, and now you're presenting your work to the world, and you want to be known for that. So yes, the passion and the love for hair is great, but your drive changes when it becomes a business and it's success that you're looking for, or a certain monetary reimbursement for all of your efforts. Things change. So I hear a lot of people that are like, oh, it sucks because I don't have a passion. I don't know what my passion is. And for me, I would say that I'm more practical. I started doing hair on my sister. She used to go to a whole bunch of different shops in different boroughs, and she saw that I had a knack for it, and she started to allow me to do her hair when I was younger. So me doing her hair, I'm learning all of these styles. She would go get them done, and I would repeat the hairstyle for her, and I started to get really good at it. And I'm looking at how they did it. Visualizing, okay, they did this, they did that. If I put a little gel here, a little gel there, then I'll be able to achieve the same look. And that's what helped me push into the direction of being in hair school and turning this passion into a business. It's a lot of hard work behind that. Even getting through school, I was working full time. I was a full-time mom. Dealing with the pressures of not being home all the time. I would work from 7 to 3, go hang out with my son for an hour, go to school from 5 to 10, and then when I got home at 10:30, I would make like 30 bottles so that he can have bottles for at least 2-3 days, and my mom wouldn't have to wash and rinse bottles all night. So the sacrifice is something that it's big. It's very big. If you can foresee yourself in a certain place, you're visioning yourself being in a certain place, you have to sacrifice in some way. It's whether it's time, with family, friends, but if you know that in the end it's for a good cause, that drive and that sacrifice will push you in that space. I must thank my amazing teachers that I met at Prom Makeover. I have Diana, I have Joey, I have so many different people that influence my career. And the more effort that you put into things, there's people that will vouch for you. And I'm a testament to that the more I work hard, and it may not come across to everyone, but there's a lot of people that they know that I was a student that always studied, and I made sure that I would learn everything. I would triple check my haircuts, and I had a teacher named Lauren, and I would do some cutting, and she was like, it's fine, I checked it. I'm like, check it again. So those are memories that I have, that I was always trying to perfect what I was doing. If I'm gonna do it, I don't want to have, you could fill in the blanks. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I put my best foot forward no matter what the task is. So in my case, I'm more of a person that I see the potential in this skill. I can monetize, I can capitalize off of this, and I'm going to move on to the next phase. If you're not a person that likes to work hard or wants to get up every day to do something even when you don't want to, being an entrepreneur, you being in any type of industry, entertainment, if you're not a self-starter, it's not going to be easy for you. It's not going to be something to whereas you can see something going on and find a solution right away. And yeah, there's a lot of bulldogs in the industry. If you miss your mark, if you miss your opportunity, if you don't call out of work to chase that dream, sometimes you're going to miss it. And they're not going to wait for you. There's so many times that I went to an event. I did Fashion Week. And what happened was I went to the Fashion Week, and the style was to do 2 fishbone braids on the side and a hump and messy hair in the back. I did at least 7 to 8 models on my own with the braids, and I got no credit. The person who did the teasing, the person who did the spraying got the credit, but I did the braids. So I realized that you need to be a full package. If you're going to do something, you need to be the teaser, the braider. You better know how to curl. You better know how to use that crimper. expand as much as you can so that you don't miss that mark. Because somebody that comes in and just does a 1-2 can get the full credit for all of your work, and you don't really have a say because you don't have a bigger name. You didn't finish the full look, and everybody won't give you the same credit. You know, if they have a bigger name, they have a company, they're in the hair and makeup union. There's so many different avenues that these people can be in that will decrease your work, you know, and it takes time. There's going to be a lot of closed doors that are slammed. There's going to be a lot of doors that are slammed on you. There's going to be a lot of no's. It's going to be a lot of no callbacks, and you have to, you know, push through all of that. You have to know that, okay, I'm going to get to this, and there's nothing else that I'm going to do until I get to that moment. So picking Paul Mitchell, I knew that they had a space for me, and there's nothing against other hair schools. It was out of convenience. There's a location on Staten Island. It was easy for me to go to work and commute to that location. When I visited, I just loved everything about it, and I actually went back recently and taught a class. So me sitting in that seat, I knew, okay, one day I'm going to be a future leader. I'm going to be up there and I'm going to teach a class. I don't know what I'm going to teach them, but I'm going to teach them something. When I come back, I'm not going to be just a regular graduate. I'm not going to be, I work in a salon, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with working in a salon. There's nothing wrong with owning a salon. I just always knew I was a different type of stylist. I like to travel. I like to be on set. I like to be on video shoots. I like to do certain things. And I knew that my way of getting there was to make sure that I keep a great business relationship with the school and with my teachers, and I impress them with my work. More than talking, I'm impressing them with my work. I'm keeping my social media up to date. I keep my branding at a certain level. You know, when I first started, I didn't have the best branding, and I went back with my team, asked my visions, and went over what the look is. I needed something sleek. I needed something with these colors. You know, I had to pick staple brand colors. So all these things tie in together. You may skip a part, but you always have to return just to get the formula right. Your formula won't be exactly as the next person, but there's kind of these unspoken rules of what needs to be done and how you achieve them. Whenever you achieve them, as long as they're done, it'll complete the package, and that's the whole point. You knowing who you are, knowing what type of stylist you want to be, knowing what you want to serve the industry with, because you being an average hairstylist, it's fine. It's a great living. You're going to make money, but it all depends if that's what makes you the happiest. For me, being in a salon is great. I built a salon in my home, but I like to travel, meet new people, let them hear my story, see where I came from, how I started doing hair. All those things matter. So me teaching and going back to Paul Mitchell was just like an amazing feeling. From that relationship I built with my teacher, Diana, she contacts me and knows that I'm going to show up. You know, we work together, we network together. She promotes me, I promote her. I try to help the students as much as I can, you know, in any way that I can to teach them and tell them different things about the industry and what I've learned. It doesn't mean that I know everything about the industry. There's no way to know everything about the industry, but I know my space. And I know that when I come and I represent, I have my products ready. I have my pitch ready. And it's not overbearing. It's not, I'm real personable. I make you feel comfortable, because we're all in the same playing field. We all want to get to the next level. We all want to be on fashion. We would like to be in magazines, and all these things come at a certain space. So I could tell you that I had visions of being in magazines and doing certain things when I first started, and I wasn't ready. It wasn't ever going to happen, but I just wasn't ready. My talent wasn't high enough. My presence wasn't strong enough. My brand wasn't strong enough. The way I used the curling iron wasn't strong enough. With the way I'm using products, I need to know what mixes with what. What can I cocktail together that won't leave a white residue? What can I put on this person's hair that will work on the next person's hair? These are all different things that come into play. Hey guys, we are so proud to announce the 3 winners of the Trinity Place Designs Prom Makeover contest. We have Cheyenne, Sharifa, and Temitope. They were so excited to win their prizes from our collection. Prom is tomorrow, and we have so much more footage to show when we see them coming in, all the different arrivals. Make sure you check out trinityplacedesigns.com for all of your essentials. Everything must go for our restock. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow at prom. Let's fast forward. After I graduated, I ended up working at corrections, so I did hair here and there, but I wasn't able to do as much hair as I wanted to. But I still have my staple clients that will always stick with me through everything. Thank you so much for always being there and supporting me, because the times where I really needed to do hair to get some money, somehow I got that phone call. Somehow they would text me and let me know, hey, I need to get my hair done. Are you available? Yeah, I'm available. I'll be over there right now. So I knew that my brand niche was to make sure that I provide a mobile hair care service that allows people to be comfortable in their own home. You don't have to go to the hair salon. You don't have to keep asking the hair store lady about which product to use. And I always knew, even on my cosmetology resume, that I was going to be making products one day. So whether I'm making it handmade or I'm working with vendors who already have these products and I rebrand and relabel, I knew in some way that I would be in part of the industry, and that's how I said that I would end up on shelves. So just envisioning what you want and making sure that you actually write these things down and you plan. And if you don't know something, reach out for help. Don't be afraid to ask someone who's in the industry or in this lifestyle already to see how they got there. You will be so surprised how far you can go. By me presenting myself a certain way, I get so many text messages, emails, phone calls. Hey, I know somebody that I think that you should meet. That's what you want. You want to be represented when you're not around in the best light possible. Whether you're there to speak for yourself, you want to leave such an impact on others that no matter what, they're going to put in a good word for you. Hey, I do know somebody. I know somebody from, she owns a company, Trinity Place Designs. She's a great person. She's great with her son, this, and that. It is what it is. It's the best to have someone speak for you when you're not there. And then when you come and you deliver. So now that they already put that seed there for you, she's great. Look at her Instagram. Look at her website. Everything's seamless. Everything's color-coded. She has brands. She has trademarking. She has all these different things. And then you come and you deliver. It's sold. It's sold after that. You don't have to overdo it. You don't have to overly impressed because you did what you said you were going to do. And you have to get into that mindset. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that you have to build. It has to be something within. And you have to let go of a lot. You have to let go of a lot of negativity. You have to let go of the naysayers, of the people that won't be there for you. You really do, because it's not easy. Making a great hair school is very important. So also a part of school, try to throw yourself into the process. While you're there, gravitate towards someone that you may like their hairstyling. I had two great friends when I was in school, actually three. Ashley, she was really, really, really good at haircutting, men's haircutting. You know, she could kill it, and her nails would be out to here, and she killed it. Right now, she has an amazing lash company. I'm gonna find her name and I'll tag her. And also Frankie. That's my homegirl. She actually has a salon called Salon Feet, and it's a beautiful salon. She's an extension specialist. So she does keratin bonds. She's great with color. Amazing. And then my other friend, Abby, and she is a twin. That's my African sister, y'all. She's amazing, and now she is into bridal makeup, and she is killing it. She has contracts all over. I can't even get my face done anymore because she is booked and super, super busy, and that is my girls. They all individually taught me so much. So being in school and being around people that have talents that you may not, I'm big on referring, right? I'm a referral system. I might not know what to do. I might not know how to get it done myself, but I will surely tag, add, push that person to the next level. Hey, I know such and such. If this person's unavailable, contact this person. So in school, I gravitated toward those people, and I kind of looked at the style that they had, and I made it my own. It's helpful. If you see some skills from someone else that you really like, you can figure out how to make it your own. And that's something that I did while I was in school. So let's say I'm a great braider, or I'm able to do relaxers really well, but this person's able to do brown brushing, whereas you use the brush to make curls naturally in the person's hair. So being in Paul Mitchell, the clientele was different. primarily I had African American clients, people with more coarser hair or curlier hair and things like that. But being in Prom Mitchell, I have a variety of clientele now. So the good thing was, because I'm African American, I'm bringing all the African American clients that people can practice on my hair. And that was something big. They're able to see if they can blow out my hair, see how a straightener works on a more coarser hair, 4C, 3B, all different types. And now I'm able to learn on their hair. So it's great. Like, you build so many great relationships. I also have another great friend, Belinda, that is there as well. I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but all of you guys were very special in pushing me into the space that I'm in now. So after that, getting ready for state board. State board. So what happens is, when you go to state board, you're going to apply online and you want to be licensed within your state. For me, I'm very big on black and white. I'm going to make sure I have my LLC. I have business insurance. So I'm doing different types of people's hair. There's all different types of skin conditions that people may have. They might have irritation to synthetic hair. They might have irritation to wefts on weave. You need to be aware of all these things, and having business insurance helps protect my business. Not saying that anyone is out to get me, but that is a possibility. But also, if somebody does get injured, God forbid, while you're using any chemicals or anything on them, you are able to have insurance to protect you in some way. So I have home insurance as well as having business insurance, and then I have my LLC, and I'm working in my trademark, which is being done by Black Lady Firm, law firm. Make sure you check her out. So for me, I don't want any issues. I don't want to have to backtrack. I don't want to have to go behind the scenes to make things better. I'd rather set the foundation, a strong, solid foundation, so that I can move easily through my track. Yeah, I might not be the most popular. I might not get called for everything, but I'm building my own pathway. And for me, that's better than me trying to go on somebody else's path, because it's not made for me. I have to do what works for me. So being in school, getting ready for state board, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so nervous. Like, I go online, I'm looking at all these different people that have all these different boxes and packages and things that they need for state board. And I go and I spent like $300 in Cosmoprof, and it still wasn't enough. I was online Googling finger wave lotion, because you have to do finger waves, you have to do roller sets, you have to do a curl, you have to do all these different things for them to show, or for them to see that you've learned the state board requirements for you to get your license. And thankfully, I passed on my first try, because I had so many combs, so many brushes, barbicide, all these different things, because cleanliness and sanitation is paramount. You cannot drop a comb and use the comb again. You cannot put things in your mouth. And yes, you get comfortable as a stylist. You're using the scrunchie, you're pulling it with your teeth. All those things, you have to make sure you're mindful, because your clients are looking at you. Sometimes clients are afraid to say certain things to you. You need to make sure that your customer service is at the highest level. My clients can call me and say, hey, I was playing around in my hair, I burnt my hair off, and I need my hair done because I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. And I'm not like, well, who told you to burn your hair? I didn't ask you to do that. I'm not fixing that. No, I'm like, okay, let me know. Send me a picture. Let me know. I have a few things here. I have some hair downstairs. Maybe we can work something out. Do you want a wig? Do you want extensions? Do you have enough hair to make a ponytail? Is there something that I can hide? I'm coming with solutions. It doesn't matter what they're asking. And if I'm unable, I will go back to my referral system and say, hey, you know what? You cut all your hair off, but I know somebody who has a short haircut, and maybe you can go blonde, because the chemicals didn't hurt you too much, and maybe you can do this. But they're a specialist, so they know all the upcoming products and styling that is out for this type of hairstyle. I don't want to just bring you in because I'm a greedy stylist. Oh yeah, I could do it for you if that's not my specialty. I am a well-rounded stylist, but I'm not perfect in every field, and I don't want to be perfect in every field. I do what works for me, and I can always refer you to the next person. It doesn't take anything away from my business, what I'm doing, how far I'm going. So these are things that, are helpful, when you're dealing with different clientele. But customer service is big. I want you to book my service, and I make things so easy for you that you can just go from your back room to your living room. You can sit on your bed for all I know and all I care. It doesn't matter. Everything's designed on my website. Mastermind Visions did my website, and I took a lot of insight from my clients. Oh, I don't have cash. Am I able to pay online? And once I realized that that was a need for my clients to just be able to go online and book with my calendar and pay with their credit cards, immediately I contacted them and let them know, hey, I need to make this process as easy as possible. I want them to be able to find their service, go to the calendar, and book. So these are all things that I learned being in Paul Mitchell. I see when the clientele comes in, we put the products in front of them, let them know what we're using, engage with them, talk to them, have a consultation. Hey, this is the type of hair you have. I know you would like this, but this will be more damaging, so you should try this. Maybe we can do highlights and gradually get you to blonde instead of going straight to 10, because this is not going to be healthy for your hair. So being an informative stylist and you being able to educate your client, whether they know or don't know, whether they care or not, you will feel the client's energy. If they had a bad day, try to make them feel better. If they look like they don't want to be bothered, hey, would you like something to drink? No? Okay, no problem. Let me know if you need anything. You don't have to over talk them, pull on their hair while you're gossiping with someone else. You have to make sure that this experience is the best for them, because maybe they won't come right back, but at least they'll know, wait, you know what? They'll think of you in just the nick of time. I had a stylist that was at Prom Makeover. I wonder where she is right now. And you built yourself to a space where you can be relied on and called. I remember you as some clients that I haven't seen them in years, and they just out of nowhere remember me and text me, and that's a good thing. I never changed my number. I always tried to keep the same number, because you never know when someone's gonna hit your line, and it might be the opportunity of a lifetime. So it's a lot of important things that happen when you build great relationships. And let me just let you know, it doesn't mean that these relationships are perfect. There may always be an issue, and even for myself, I bug out about certain things, and then I have to scale back and regroup and get back to the solution and figure out what's going on so that I can get to the next space. Check out some exclusive stories that we have on my time on Rikers Island on From Shelves to Shelves with Trinity.